Okay.
I am running the Canvas shell. So I would be the go-to person for any questions with Canvas or also with Cengage. However, because you are going to see Bob way more often than you are going to see me, if you have a question, just email him. And if it's something which is specific on Canvas or specific on Cengage, he will forward me your question and then we will work it out. So he's your go-to person. So I'm the department chair of the accounting department. I love summer classes. Actually, I'm a little bit sad that we cannot be on campus. Maybe if things change, the campus is set to open partially on July 12th. We can invite you to optional kind of like meetings or maybe have tutoring optional on campus. I don't know yet, right? These meetings that we are here are optional too. Please be aware that they are recorded. But we can, you know, if you want Bob to stop the recording because you have a question which you rather not want to share with everybody else in the class, then I'm sure he would do that. But in general, this class meeting is recorded and I will post it also on the Canvas, on the Canvas shell in the module which it belongs to. So I want you to be aware of this. Okay. So I'm happy you guys are all here. What we are going to do today is we are doing a short walkthrough through the Canvas shell. I will also show you the Cengage access. Quick question now at the beginning. Do you have, are you already logged into Cengage? Has anybody already kind of like clicked on that link and was able to access our class? If not, maybe you wanna either try it now or right after class. Bob does have permission from our Cengage rep to share his cell phone number to anyone who has problems, because we want to get you all started and all started like today. This is a 6-week class and, you know, we don't have the luxury to kind of like have half a week go by before, you know, our students are having access to everything. So I am going to share my screen now.
You're okay to do that.
Okay, thank you. So you should be able to see our homepage. So once you are in the Canvas dashboard, you know, you click on the tile which says Accounting 110 80007. You're actually not in my top row. In my top row, this is all other classes. At the moment, there's summer 1 and summer 2 all mixed up. Here you go. Once you click on that tile, which says Accounting 110 80007, it will get you to our homepage. By the way, a little secret. I'm not sure if you know, you can change the color of the tiles and also the position and the name. So I could like change like Bob's class, Bob and my class to magenta, boom, and I can rename it to Accounting 1, My Amazing Accounting 110 class with Bob or something like that, right? So you can rename it and you can also move it. So if you have several classes, I'm not sure how many you're taking in the summer, but you can move it to the top because Bob is your top teacher, right? We want to be first in your hearts, in your minds, and in your Canvas shells.
You bet.
Right, so this is where we are. We click there, we are on the home page. I would like to point your attention to this super convenient side toolbar, which we have created for you. So first of all, the next, under the homepage, the next link is the syllabus. In the syllabus, you will have, you always see what is on there next. I know you also have here this calendar, and it shows you which, if you click, which assignments are coming up. But this, I really like this syllabus because it shows you, oh, okay, this is coming up on Tuesday, this is coming up, or coming up on Thursday. Also, we have another way for you, like if you like to print out stuff, we have the, it's nicer to see if you actually download it instead of just click it. It's an Excel file, and it is basically a day-to-day list of activities, what's coming up. I'm trying to, come on, opening. Sorry, my computer is very slow today. So this is what you should see. Can you all see that, like this multicolored thing?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so here you see for every day, starting with today. Sorry, it says my internet connection is unstable. Let me know if you stop hearing me. Every day, Monday today, official start of class, optional noon lecture, meeting on how to navigate our course and register for Cengage. And actually Bob's going to give a short intro into chapter 1 so that you guys have already taken that out of the way. And then tomorrow, we want you to, no later than tomorrow, read the syllabus and the schedule of activities, register for Cengage. And there's 2 assignments, the welcome discussion and the syllabus quiz. And also there's tutoring every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 5. And then Saturday at noon. The only 2 days where there's no tutoring is Monday, where you have your class meeting with Bob anyway, and Sunday. So again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So every day of the week, we have lined out for you what needs to be done, what needs to be submitted. You can always work ahead. Please make sure to not fall back. Okay.
Are we looking at this blank canvas here? Okay, now we see the schedule.
So now we are going back to Canvas. Can you see our pictures again, Bob and mine?
Yeah, do you want to show it to them in the student view, or does it make any difference?
I'm not sure if it makes a big difference, and I'm not sure if it's going to make my computer even slower.
Oh, okay.
There's this link. The next link is the link to this lecture. If you click it, you basically get to this Zoom meeting, and the one below it is the one to Bob's tutoring. By the way, Bob's also our tutor. He's our go all around, what do you say, jack of all trades.
That's right.
For this. So if you can't get the live tutoring to work, there is something called Net Tutor. It's also kind of live. There is like accounting tutors available. Why don't we just click it? I think they're not on at the moment. I think they start in the afternoons usually. So you click it, accounting is right at the top. And it says no tutors are currently available. I think I listed the times on the here, or we should be able to see the times. So you can schedule an appointment and then you're down here, but they also have like these drop-in hours, and you see Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from pretty much from 2 to 9. Oh, they shortened that. They don't have anybody on Monday anymore. So Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 2 to 9 p.m. And yeah, they are live tutors, but I think that you never see their faces. You always have this Net Tutor interface between them and you. Okay, so another good page is the modules page. The modules page is also a nice way to see what's coming up. So you have on top, you have now I'm actually going to student view because it's too confusing. You see too much of my stuff. So here you go, you have the welcome module where you have click here to access Cengage Now. It should give you get you to the Cengage page. We put the lecture from last semester in here. So this is not us yet, but it will be us. And also there's 2 graded items due, and that's the discussion forum and the syllabus quiz. So, and then we get to schedule to chapter 1 right after that. Our due dates are always Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. So this Tuesday, tomorrow, the welcome discussion and the syllabus quiz are due, but that is kind of like stuff you can do in 10 minutes. But then we start getting serious, okay? So start reading your chapter 1, because on Thursday, we need you to submit a chapter summary, 4 pages written by hand. We need you to do your Cengage homework exercises, and we need you to do a quiz. And pretty much that is the same thing we are asking you to do for every chapter. So next one is Sunday. Sunday we have a summary, the Cengage exercises, a quiz. And then we have once in a while, I think every 2 chapters or so, we have a discussion forum, right? So.
Did you mean 4 pages or 3 pages for the summary?
What did I say? Oh, did I say 4 pages? Oh, maybe for you guys it's 3 pages.
I saved you 25% already.
For the 230s, it's 4 pages. Yeah, but their chapters are long. It's 3 pages. Thank you. All right. So, and again, you see for chapter 3, guess what? Summary, Cengage homework quiz. Chapter 4, summary, Cengage homework quiz. Chapter 5, summary, Cengage homework quiz. And here we have one of the discussion forums again. Discussion forums is usually a post. Post should be around 250 words. And then you have, depending on what forum it is, 2 or 3 responses required. And there's again, chapter 6, summary, Cengage work quiz, and you have for 6 a forum again. Then we actually have the exam. The first exam is for the first 6 chapters. And to make this a bit more manageable for you, we broke it down into part A, where we only ask questions about the chapters 1, 2, and 3. And then part B, 4, 5, and 6. And you can take both on, you don't have to take them on the same day. You actually have 2 days extra for them, and you can take them at your own time. They're open book, open notes, but they are timed. So don't think you can look up every question. You can't. You won't have enough time. All right, and that will take us already through the first, July 11th, that will take us through the first 2 weeks of the semester. And by then you will be totally routined with anything Canvas. Some of you already probably are, but in case you're not. So Bob and I will send you announcements, maybe not every day, but at least every second day. They will land in the pipeline email, and you can also see them under the announcement page. Actually, I was also planning to put them on top of the homepage. Let me see if I can get that done. Okay, but you definitely get them in your pipeline email. So please look at your pipeline email. That is also what Bob is using when he wants to communicate with you. Okay. Okay, let's have a look and go to one of the Cengage assignments. Again, when you first register for Cengage, you are clicking to that, click here to access Cengage Now, right? Hint, hint, if you already have a Cengage account and you basically just want to add our course, use the same email address that you always use for Cengage. So once you are logged in, next time you just click on the Cengage links. So the Cengage, so the lecture, that is from us. That is from Bob and me, write up. And there should also be videos in there. Maybe in chapter 1, there's no video yet. But there's also where we are going to post the videos. Then there's the textbook. There's a lot of reading. The textbook, the e-textbook is included in the Cengage Access. And by the way, Cengage gives you in the summer 1 week and in long semesters 2 weeks of free access so that you can check it out. So the first week on Cengage is actually like no cost, it's a courtesy access. And only if you decide to go on, to keep on going, then you have to pay. So when you click the textbook, then hopefully, if it's all working as it's supposed to be, it should take us right. I don't know why this is always showing up. It should take us right into the textbook. In einen von den Taschen. Okay. Okay.
I want you to click there.
Here, yeah. I know there's like Cengage is sometimes a lot of clicking.
It'll click.
Okay, but we are there. It's loading, and I told you it. You know, if you have good internet, it should be easier. So basically, here you go. That's the first pages and introduction to accounting. Let me see, sorry, I'm getting a little bit confused sometimes because there we go. Chapter 1, and then you can click the next page of chapter 1 and the next page. So this is when I tell you guys, I love my hard copy book, but this one comes with a Cengage, that comes with a Cengage Access, that's the ebook, okay? So this is the reading. Whoops. Here we go. We go back to modules. Whenever you, so then we have the study guide. The study guide are question and answers about the chapters. There's no points for those, but it's still a good thing. Flashcards, you don't see that link. I should actually remove it because they used to have some flashcards, they don't have them anymore. And then the PowerPoint slides for every chapter. So this is all the stuff on the top of the module. This is stuff where there's no points. And some students don't even look at those because there's no points. But then here where it says graded items, that is what is bringing you points for every chapter. And the summary and the quiz, that is done on Canvas. If you click on the Cengage homework exercises, that will again take you with a couple of clicks probably, like here, link here, click here, to these questions, start assignment now. Okay, there we go. All right, and there's various things they are doing for you to make it interesting. Match the following users with the information needed by clicking first on the users and then the correct information on the right. Let's do it. So the owners of a company, what do they want to know about my company? And what do managers want to know? And what do creditors want to know? And what do government agencies want to know? Huh? Anybody?
Wow, this is really unfair, huh?
Okay, how about, let's start the other way around. Who wants to know about my company to determine taxes to be paid? Who could that be? Owners, managers, creditors, or government agencies? on, ladies, don't be shy. Okay, Aranza, you're a government agency, right? Even though you were muted.
Yeah, the government agencies want to know about your taxes.
I can do lip reading. So we click this, so we click it, and then, come on. Well, wait, it worked last time.
This has always worked. You just click on the two answers. Or do you have to?
Yeah, there we go. Miracle works. Okay. Who is interested in where to know whether the can pay their bills on time?
I'll give you a hint. Creditors are people who loan you money.
Creditors.
Yay. Okay. And the firm's current financial condition and detailed up-to-date information to measure business performance. Well, the first person to need the owners and the managers, they want to have information about the company, but one of the group needs only like more overview information, and one group needs really detailed information. What do you think? Owners detail or just the financial condition?
Just the financial.
Yeah. And then managers is that. Yay. And then when we are all amazed how good we are, we then, whoops, we can say, check my work. Okay, that's an important button. So, hey, and we got everything right. So there's no reason for you to get fewer credit, less credit because you have a mistake. You can always go and check your work as often, there's no limit. And then you can click next, or, you know, if the kids are coming in or you need to go to another meeting, you can save and exit. And once you're all the way done, you put submit assignment for grading. But that you do, this one you click only at the very end. Okay, right. Okay, so, and then again, we have the quizzes. The quizzes, it's easy, and then discussion forum. Is there any question you have with respect to Canvas, Cengage? If you are submitting homework late, there's a 25% deduction, just so that you know. We have to kind of like put some kind of penalty on there, just because it's important for us to, and it's important for you to stay on track. It's way more important for you to stay on track than for Bob and me. However, we didn't make it too much. It's 25%. So that means you can still get 75% of the points, even if you submit stuff late. And we will be accepting late assignments until the very last week. For us, it's important that you actually do the work, okay? If you have a family emergency, or you are sick, or there's just some kind of like time where you are not feeling up to it, please communicate with Bob. We can talk about everything, but we cannot talk about anything 2 days before the final. You need to talk to us right away. So please, and you know, Bob, please repeat this in your lectures and at tutoring. Sure. If somebody is falling behind, it's not ideal, but usually we can fix it, but not in the last week of class. Right? We need to address things early on. Okay.
And keep up with those summaries.
Yeah. Questions for me? Because otherwise I leave it to Bob. Bob is going to put Mahendra's phone number and email address into the chat. Copy it out there in case you ever get run into problem with Cengage, because neither Bob nor I are the ideal people to kind of help with technical stuff. And that's why we have Mahendra on call for you guys. And yeah, and otherwise I wish you a great semester, a great summer session, and a great class today. Okay. All right, everyone. Bye. Oh, and hi, Arnulfo. I'm happy to see that you joined. Okay,
Yep.
bye.
Hello.
Hi, Arnulfo. Hi, Arnulfo. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, that's right. You said it correctly. It's
Arnulfo. Do you want to show your face, Arnulfo?
Sure.
How about W and
okay.
Gelsey? You want to show your face? Here he is. All right, Arnulfo. Hey, you look like an Arnulfo. How you doing? Hey, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself briefly. I'm from New Jersey. You might tell by the old accent here. You know, I grew up right across the river from the World Trade Center. Used to see it every day. And a lot of people think New Jersey is the stupidest state in the union. Why do people think New Jersey is so stupid? Does anybody have any ideas? Have you ever seen some television shows called The Jersey Shore or The Real Housewives of New Jersey?
Oh, yeah.
You ever see the guy with the bakery in Bayonne, the cake boss? The Sopranos, a show where people get shot by the tons every week. And then finally, I believe New Jersey is the only state, I think Oregon changed its policy. New Jersey is the only state where the citizenry are not allowed to pump their own gas when you go to a gas station. So anyway, I make some cracks about my home state. I love New Jersey, and I get back there once every couple of years. So let me just go around with this question. Arnulfo, have you signed up now with Cengage? Were you able to sign up and get through the process?
Oh, no, not yet. I was about to do it right now.
Okay.
I was doing it right now, actually.
Okay. And let me ask others. Yeah. Gelsey, were you able to hook up with Cengage yet?
Yes, I was.
Thank you. Wendy, how about yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And Arzana? Arzana's mute. Okay. When you get a second, Arzana, I just want to know that you signed up. Okay. All right. Well, you heard my boss talk a little bit about what's going on. You'll probably not see her again the rest of the semester. I'm your person. I'll be doing the teaching. And we're going to go through chapter 1 kind of briefly right now. Let me just emphasize a couple of things. The summaries can be a pain in the neck. You have to write out 3 pages summarizing the chapter. Take care to do that and give it a little bit of thought for 2 reasons. Those who do those summaries with a thoughtful gesture tend to do much better in the class. That's been empirically proven. And also, it's 40 easy points. Keep scooping up those 40 points every week, and that'll be to your great advantage, okay? So does anybody have any questions on anything? Arnulfo, let's just go. Are you a local guy too? I think we all have local people up here. Are you from around here?
Yeah.
All right. I guess we have a cross section of Santa Barbara people. All right. With that in mind, let me share the screen here. And I'm just going to go briefly through chapter 1. And this brief lecture will go on Canvas. And then in Wednesday's class, I'm going to go back to chapter 1 in a brief manner again, but also get into chapter 2. I'm going to try to stay a little bit ahead of the schedule because we do get cramped toward the end of the semester if we're not aggressive like this. So let me bring up the slideshow. Let me bring up. The first thing I need to hear is somebody tell me they can see the PowerPoints. Can you see the PowerPoints, anybody?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The reason I ask is I made myself look like a dumb idiot a couple of times where I forget to share the screen. And I'm talking for an hour. And then the class goes, oh, by the way, we never saw anything except your face. And, look a little silly. Okay. Introduction to accounting. I mean, I worked in accounting for a long, long time. I retired about 20 years ago. And I just was looking for a little part-time job. And I ended up coming here as a tutor. And I worked as a tutor for about 4 years. And then I pestered Cornelia to put me on the faculty. So I've been on the faculty about 5 years now as an adjunct instructor. I worked for a manufacturing company for many, many years. And when I came to Santa Barbara, I became the chief financial officer of the Santa Barbara neighborhood clinics in town here. So that's kind of a little bit about my background. Anybody familiar with the Santa Barbara neighborhood clinics? We have one on the,
Yes.
okay, you know that place, huh, Gus? They do wonderful work. I worked
They
at,
do.
yeah, I was there when we built the new clinic on Milpas next to the new dental office we built in the old light bulb store. And I was there when we did some renovations up on the west side. So good place. Okay, let's go through this chapter. Again, it's what, about 12:35. I'll get us out of here in due time, plenty of time. Introduction to accounting, huh? The purpose of accounting. The purpose, you're going to provide financial information to individuals, agencies, companies, other organizations. Accounting is the process of coming up with financial statements and information that's useful to make business decisions. Accounting is known as the language of business. And no matter what you do in the business world, and I'm assuming we have a lot of business majors in our class, even if you don't go into accounting, you got to know some real basic things. You got to be able to look at an income statement or a balance sheet and make a little bit of sense of it. If you go into marketing, you're going to work with the accounting department a great deal on budgets and forecasts. If you go into purchasing, the same thing, engineering type things, they're all going to be working with the accounting department. Who uses this information? Well, this is the problem Cornelius started us off with about 15 minutes ago, huh? Who uses this information? Well, a lot of people use it. Owners, managers, creditors, government agencies. You know, the owners of the business, they want to know if their business is in good financial condition. Owners, if they think the business is in good shape, if that's what their accounting department is telling them, well, they may make some additional investments. They may bring on more people. They may hire more people. They may open up another factory or another store based on the financial, the statements, based on what the language of the business is telling them. The managers may not own the business, but boy, are they interested in some detailed measures of business performance. Managers need to make operating decisions. How much inventory should we carry? Can we justify higher wages from our department? Are we getting everything we can out of these machines? Managers, one reason managers are really interested in the detailed measures is it hits their pocketbook. Managers may get bonuses based on the financial performance. For example, if you're a salesman, you might get a commission, you might get a bonus on sales you make over, say, $1 million. So you're always interested in that measurement, that metric. The accounting department, too, could have specific goals in terms of financial production. So owners and managers, they work for the company, internal people. Creditors, creditor. A creditor is a lender. A creditor is somebody who loans money to others. A bank is a creditor, huh? And when a creditor is asked to loan money, they're not going to loan money to you unless you have good, audited, independently judged financial statements. No one's going to loan money to a company that calls up, hello, bank, this is the Bob Company in Santa Barbara. I'd like to borrow $100,000, please. Well, before they even do anything, they'll give me their address and send them their my financial statements, which they're then going to review. So creditors are certainly interested in what a business is doing. So are other people not mentioned on this grid here, potential investors in the company. Would you buy stock in a company if you can't find financial information about them? No, you'd be nuts to do that. So there's all kinds of people interested in this financial information. And then finally, the government, mainly on the tax side. The government, mainly on the tax side. They want to make sure that you're paying your taxes. Oh, this thing got stuck on me. the accounting process. I'm not going to go into this too much. Accounting, you're gathering information about the business and reporting it. And you're doing this every day. It could be something as simple as opening up the mail and there's your electric bill. And you say, wow, this is the electric bill. That's an expense. I have to record that expense. And it could be things a lot more sophisticated that you do every day during the month. And they talk about these different steps, and you don't have to memorize these steps, but they do put these on the test for some reason. They do like to put 2 or 3 of these on. What do you do with accounting? You analyze things. You're going to analyze things every day. You opened up that electric bill. The payroll needs to be processed. Somebody came to you with a project, and they might say something like, what would happen to our profit if we raised the price 10%? Well, you raise the price 10%, you know how much more you're going to charge per unit, but then you've got to think in terms of customers who will leave you because of that price. So that could be quite a long project you'll be working on, that kind of things. Analyze, you record the information into the accounting system. When we get to chapters 3 and 4, you're going to learn about the general journals. A journal entry is how we do this. You're going to classify this information. You're not going to take information that affects cash and mix it in with the inventory, for example. You'd have them separated into different areas. And then at the end of the month, you summarize. When they say summarize, they mean preparing your financial statements, which we'll get a brief look at here. And you report, and usually there's a narrative that goes along, and then you do some interpreting. What does all this mean? What can we do looking forward? Here are 2 acronyms I'd like you to know. And if I was making the test up, and I'm not under this paradigm of being on Zoom, GAAP and FASB, I'd like you to really know. GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. Generally accepted accounting principles. Those are the rules of accounting as promulgated by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. GAAP are the rules that decide when we recognize a sale or an expense, where this goes, how this is done. FASB is a division of the Certified Public Accountants Group, Financial Accounting Standards Board. The Financial Accounting Standard Boards are the ones who decide the rules. And once those rules are decided, businesses must maintain their financial statements on the basis of GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to get your financial statements blessed by an auditor, and you'll never be able to do things a business wants to do. You'll never be able to grow your business. You'll never be able to convince investors to lend money to you, and you're never going to be able to borrow money. GAAP, these are the rules to follow, developed by the FASB, Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. FASB, Financial Accounting Standards Board. Let's know those like our own name. And what does FASB do? They're always looking at how accounting is going. Things change over the years. I've seen so many changes in GAAP over the years. Things change because of the acceleration of computer power. You have all this fancy software available now. When I was in college 50 years ago, hard to say that. Anyway, 50 years ago in college, mainframe computers were a big thing. They were coming out, these big fat things that looked like a refrigerator. And the thought was in some quarters, well, we're not going to need accountants anymore. We've got computers to do this. Of course, it proved to be just the opposite. The more information you have, the more you have to mine. The more information you have, the more you need the accountants to interpret this information, make use of it, decide exactly what we're going to do with it. So FASB will look at the accounting world and come up with a possible question or an improvement, and eventually they will issue the new standards, the new principle. And you've heard of a law office that has a ton of law books covering bookcase after bookcase. That's kind of I'm laughing. That's kind of what GAP is. You'll see all these long, giant books. Let's just talk briefly about kinds of ownerships of business. Sole proprietorships versus partnerships and corporations. What do we got here? A sole proprietorship. This is the most common business entity in the United States, huh? That's absolutely true. Sole proprietorships, one owner. You open up a business to repair vacuum cleaners. Well, all you have to do is maybe pay a license to the city or state, and pretty much off you go. You have a business. You run the business. You make all the decisions. You assume all the risks. Now, the problem, I'm not going to call it a problem, but one issue with a sole proprietorship is you invested $10,000 of your hard-earned money to open up some kind of repair shop. And then business did not go well at all. And you ended up losing a lot of money. You started with 10,000 and now you went out of business with debts of, say, 100,000. As a sole proprietor, you are personally responsible for the remaining $90,000. You don't have the corporate shield. As a sole proprietor, any losses that you suffer as a business, you suffer as an individual. So there's a lot of risk involved in starting your own business, but we want people to take those risks and the rewards are great. Sole proprietorship. The advantages are obvious. You keep all the profits. You can do whatever you want. You can shut the business down anytime. If you want to go fishing for 3 weeks, you just hang a sign outside your door. Partnerships, 2 or more people own the business and they share the risks. They may not share the risks equally. It depends on how the business is, how the partnership is drawn up. But a partnership, 2 or more people. And advantages of a partnership, you have 2 different people putting their brains in. 2 heads are better than 1, I've heard. You know, one partner might be the sales whiz. He knows how to go out there and sell. And the other one, the other lady, the lady in the place, she's the big financial guru. And together they form synergy and they get a successful partnership going, like an accounting firm or an architectural firm or a doctor's office. Those are your typical partnerships. Law offices are always partnerships for the most part. So are CPA firms. What's the problem with a partnership? The same problem you have with your brother and sister. You might disagree, or with your husband or wife. You might disagree on how to run the business. And if one partner says, that's it, I'm out, the partnership has just ended. And the business must start over again, either as a sole proprietorship or the remaining partner has to find another partner. They also have the same risks as a sole proprietor. I'm not talking some fancy partnerships. I'm talking a basic partnership where if you go out of business, you are personally responsible for debts. That's a problem. Corporations, that's what we own, you and me. We're the public. We go out and we buy stock in a company. As I've gotten a bit older here, I own pretty much stocks that pay good dividends for me. I'm not looking for growth 30 years down the road, but I want to make sure that I have an income now as an older guy. So I own stocks, and I'm willing to take a little bit of risk with that. But if the company goes out of business, I don't get hit personally. I own, say, 100 shares of Coca-Cola. If Coca-Cola goes out of business, even though I am an owner, they don't come after me personally. Same thing with the management of the company. If a company goes out of business due to the fact the company was mismanaged or things just didn't work for them, you can't come after the owners of the company to make good on the debt. That debt is gone and resolved as best it can through a bankruptcy procedure. Of course, I'm not talking fraud. That's a different story if there's fraud involved. And I own 100 shares of Coca-Cola, which means I can vote. I can have influence. Now imagine the beach out here at Ledbetter Beach. Pick up a grain of sand. Compare that to the rest of the beach. That's how much I own of Coca-Cola. But I can vote those shares any way I want. Different types of businesses by activities. We just talked about structures, sole proprietorships, partnerships, corporations. Now we have service businesses, merchandising businesses, manufacturing business. Another way to say it is accounting 110, accounting 230, and accounting 240. Accounting 110 is going to start with mostly a service business. Somebody delivers pizzas. Somebody delivers things. Maybe a tow truck operator, somebody like that, a service. You're not selling anything. But in 110, we're also going to get involved in merchandising. Later on in 110, we're going to be like Nordstrom's or Macy's or Target. We're going to do problems with a business that buys inventory and then sells the inventory, hopefully for a profit. And a manufacturing business, that's where I worked most of my career. You build a product. What are service businesses? Travel agency, consultants, doctors, etc. Merchandising, that's your pharmacies, grocery stores. Merchandising, you buy a product for resale to an end user. Manufacturers, you actually build the product. Wow, accounting for manufacturer. What does it cost to make this car, this chair, these complicated electronic toys? And I'm just going to finish up here even more briefly. They talk about career opportunities in accounting, and they talk about what are known as accounting clerks. These are jobs you can maybe even get right out of high school, where you work for a company and you have a very small responsibility. Perhaps it's accounts payable. Your job is to open up the mail every day, take the bills that you get, and perhaps enter those bills into your accounting system, and then file the bills away and have them ready to pay the bill when the time comes due. That would be an accounts payable clerk. So accounting clerks. That is a good starting point, though. I've seen many accounting clerks start at a very beginning type salary, and they were with a company where I was, which was generous with its education benefits. And we paid for them to go to college. And many of them stayed with the company for years and grew into better jobs. Bookkeepers, well, that's where you need your 2 years out of here to get your bookkeeper's certificate. You're going to have a little more responsibility. You're going to be supervising the clerks. I've never heard of a para accountant till I saw this book, but I guess it's like a paralegal. And accountants, hey, you got you go to school for 3 or 4 years, you got a degree, you're getting close. Here, the accountants, they're the ones who are going to design the accounting system. They're going to analyze and interpret. They're going to look for trends. Should we make this product? Should we make that product? Should we open up a new store? Should we close a store? Should we lay people off? Should we hire people? This is what the accounting people do, all this kind of analysis. And typically, you have to have that bachelor's degree. And then they have different types of accounting. Public accounting, private, governmental. Public accounting, those are the auditors. Those are the external auditors who come in, review your financial records, then bless them with their good opinion, called an unqualified opinion, meaning there were no qualifications. Everything was good. They're the outside people. Private accounting is what I did. I worked for Thomas and Betts Corporation for years. I worked at Purelator. Private accounting. The government nonprofit accounting has slightly different rules. A lot of nonprofits in the Santa Barbara area. So there's a lot of job opportunities at nonprofits, and they're always looking for good accounting type people. Where I worked at the clinics, that was classic nonprofit. They're just showing you here a few things that the public accountants do. They do your audits, they might do some taxation, and they might even give you some manufacturing management advisory services, forensic accounting. You've heard of becoming a CPA. You can do that. You get your degree, pass the CPA exam, and whammo, you get your license. Here's a good one I never heard of until recently, a certified fraud examiner. Oh man, a lot of fraud in the business world that needs to be checked, sad to say. Private accounting, again, that's what I did when I worked for the company that was manufacturing things. And again, what do? This is exactly the kind of stuff I was doing. We did tons of budgeting and forecasting, internal auditing, always checking ourselves. Are our systems making sense? Do a lot of cost work. And the controller, if anybody says, what did your teacher do when he was in the business world? I was pretty much a controller up until the time I moved to Santa Barbara. And then I was the chief accounting officer, chief financial officer of the clinics, okay? Governmental work, you got everything like the schools, churches, hospitals. These are the nonprofits, huh? You get a job working for City Hall. You could work for the federal government. And now I will end. They're giving you some expectations of job demands, and you can look at this at your leisure. This is not on the test, except what do these people do? An accounting clerk, they're saying they can make about $38,000 a year. Bookkeepers, 41. They're throwing these numbers out, and it certainly depends on what part of the country you live in, you know, what the cost of living is. But these are just round numbers. A budget analyst. Here's the accounts payable manager. If you work as an accounts payable clerk for a couple of years, and maybe you go to school, you could easily get promoted to the accounts payable manager. And according to this, you can make around $83,000 a year. It seems like a lot. 215 for the top guys, 188 for the controllers. I never made 188, but I'll take it. And that's kind of the end of our chapter, a quick look. Now, Wednesday, I'm going to go through that again even more quickly, because the expectation is this video will be on Canvas for your review. And I'd like to start getting into chapter 2. Chapter 2 gives us some real introductory work that we need to get under our belt, and then we really get going with the accounting in chapter 3 and onward. What do you think, Aranza? You keeping up with us?
Yes, just here taking some notes.
Any questions? Anything you want to mention?
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Are you a sports fan, Aranza?
Somewhat, a little bit.
All right, well, okay, that'll help you in this class. Who else we have out there? Arnolfo, how you doing? What'd you think?
Well, no, well, I don't know.
A little hard to say right now, right?
Yeah. And
yeah.
then, I was trying to get the book right now too.
Okay. Yeah. Let me, before I let you guys go, let me chat over Mahendra's name here. You okay, Gelsey?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. How you doing, Wendy? You're all right there?
Yeah, I'm good.
No questions, huh?
No, not right now.
All right, hold on one second here. Hold on. You want to write this phone number down? 805-637-0851. It's 805-637-0851. The fellow's name is Mahendra, fellow from India. Mahendra, Mahendra, Mahendra. I've gotten to know him pretty well over the years. He's terrific. He'll welcome any phone call you might have if you're having a problem getting into Cengage. And he sends his apologies that he could not be here today, okay? So with that in mind, I guess I'll let you guys go. It was great meeting you. And I sure hope to see you all back, plus others, on Wednesday. Same time, same place, okay?
Sounds
Okay,
good.
it was nice meeting you too.
Thank
Bye-bye
you.
all.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.